Hey, how's it going, guys? Gabriel, Santiago here. This is the Speaking of Harmony podcast, and this is episode 7. One more time, thank you so much for the feedback. Thank you so much for the comments. I'm really enjoying doing this and interacting with you guys. So keep them coming, keep commenting, and that's a great way to interact and exchange ideas and all that. I'm getting a lot of suggestions on things to cover here on this podcast. I'm really enjoying that. So be sure that I'm going to be addressing some of that stuff. The podcast it has harmony in the middle of the name, right? In the end of the name. But I'm going to be covering more than harmony, just music in general, right? Because you're all music fans, so I'll be covering some improvisation stuff and melody, repertoire, just music in general. So that's coming up really soon, right? I would really suggest you guys to subscribe to the channel, activate the little bell thing, the notifications. If you want to interact with me and check out some other social medias, this is all of them over here down the screen. And that's the best way, I would say, to interact with me, just through the comments on YouTube and also on Instagram. You can comment on the videos as well. I'm posting 1-minute clip of the podcast every day. So you can comment there and have some suggestions through there as well. And I also urge you guys to sign up for the mailing list. That's a great way. I would say that's the best way to be in touch with me and what I'm about and what I'm doing. You see a link to the description in the video, a link so you can click and be part of the list. And a lot of stuff cooking. There's so much stuff I'm going to put out this year. Despite these crazy times we're living in. There's a lot of content I'm putting out. I recorded a new album in Brazil and it sounds so beautiful. I can't wait to share that with you guys. Some other stuff, some other new projects coming up. So if you want to, be aware of what's going on, sign up in the mailing list, man. I'm also having a lot of promotions all the time and sending music for free to the subscribers. And a lot of the stuff that I get to do, the list gets to get it first, because they're connected with me. So please subscribe to the list, man. Don't miss out on that. So on today's topic, another beautiful movement, like voices and stuff that happens a lot. This song is called JACO, right? It's composed by Metheny and Lyle Mays, right? The dynamic duo. Unfortunately, the great genius Lyle Mays left us last month, and that's very I was devastated when he passed away, but he left so much music, so much great stuff for us to listen, to enjoy, and to talk about. So this is us, this is me again talking about him and Metheny Mays partnership. Man, I could spend probably 30 episodes of the podcast talking about their music, right? There's so much in there you can draw from and get it. So much information, so many beautiful things. I'm gonna picking one thing today to talk about, specifically about some little thing that they do, and my best guess is probably coming from Lyle, given the music that Lyle does and the way he was thinking. I can definitely hear Lyle being the one to apply this little gesture, basically, but that changes and gives a nice color on this dominant. So basically, I'll show you what it is. It just is moving of the voices, and that ranging from a major 7 to a dominant chord inside a song. So this song, JACO, has that. So he does. The song is. He's doing D flat major 7, right? And then sliding the 7th down. That's becoming a dominant chord, right? It's just very subtle, but so cool, man, and so effective. See, just. And does it again. And then the first part happens, right? The whole song, actually. But here's the second time when he's doing the. 6th degree, right? And then sliding the 7 down. This became A flat 7. Right? So in the beginning of the song he does C minor to D flat, major 7, and then 7, right? And here he does A flat major 7, and then sliding the 7 down to A flat 7, right? That's so cool, man, and that's so subtle, but it's just beautiful the way he's thinking. And I mean, you can analyze this, these two things like in different ways. So many ways of looking at it, right? So say this is the Neapolitan chord, like the flat 2, and then by raising that 7 here, it becomes like a triton sub, right? And then over here, you can think of this also as a triton sub of D, or, if for my friends of classical music, can think of the famous augmented 6, one of the augmented 6 in that group. This one, the German 6, right? Alright, resolving here. The German 6, guys, over here. Or just triton sub, right? Triton sub. But I would like to think here also from a different perspective, right? We all can look at things differently. And you can also consider that maybe, probably Lyle was thinking of just voices, just moving voices, right? Just get this inner. If you hear the recording, you see that this inner voice gets some feature, and then it just goes down, right? So you go, right? He ends the phrase on C7, right? When C minor, he ends on the dominant of the subdominant, right? The 5 or 4. So he ended here. But you see that this is the line that's being enhanced here. I'm singing the melody, and this is the counter line. See? It's just beautiful, man. I think he's just thinking of this line. And then the chords becoming, major and dominant, they're just a consequence of the movement of the chords, right? Movement, voice leading, hashtag voice leading. Right, the horizontality of the way he's thinking, right? A lot of the times, we're just thinking of movement, just moving the voice, and if you don't think vertically, the chord is here, and this is the chord, this is the chord. The chord is just a consequence of the movement of the lines, which is how it should be anyway, right? As I said before, reinforced the harmony is horizontal, man. Right? And then in the beginning, it's just such a nice color, right? I think you can take a lot out of that, right? When you get this dominant chord as a result of just moving of the voices, right? There's another example that we can draw from on their own music. In this case, the song James, right? Dedicated to James Taylor, by the way. Something similar happens on this song. I'm gonna show you guys. And by the way, I'm gonna be linking here on the video description a link of a video that I'm recording. I recorded this song, filmed like a year ago or so, 2 years ago, on my own version, and you can check that out. It's just such a great tune to play. I love playing this song, and I've been playing for many years, and I do use some of that stuff that I got from possibly from Lyle. So if you look at the part, so you have a D major and then G major, right? 1, 4. And then go to 6, right? Right? 1, 4. Right? So after the bridge, when the song comes back, I'll play the bridge. Come back, right? And then here you go. Then man, what he does is, instead of playing 1, 4, he switches those chords to dominant. Then he does D7 and G7. It's just so beautiful, man, so hip. And it's so subtle, right? He just changed his note. He switched the major 7 chord to dominant, and the melody allowed him to do that. It just just gave this nice little, little different color to the thing. So it just completely changed it in a beautiful way. Right? So you can use this, this principle to just like mess around with these major chords. Whenever you find them, you can just switch them to dominant if the melody permits, and you get a different color, right? A variance that is very nice and very colorful, right? I'm gonna play a little bit of James and try to come up with a chorus or something where I'm gonna be enhancing those changes whenever they come, right? Which is after the bridge. So I did, like I really enhanced those changes. So when it came to D7 to G7, I did it, right? I really passed by them as dominant chords instead of just major chords I did before. So that's so cool. I love that little detail that just kind of changes the whole thing, right? And there is another thing that Lyle does voice-wise here, and you can hear that in the original arrangement. Again, the same thing, this little movement that he does descending that have implications in the chords if you look at them in vertical, but he's definitely thinking of horizontal, which right before he does this change of dominant for dominance, right, the switch, he does this thing like this descending line, this inner voice, this super well done #voice leading, right? It's just so cool. So he does, right? So that, of course, has implications with the chords. So major 7, dominant, but I'm willing to bet that that's not really what's the case here. It just is, inner voice is just moving and just being enhanced. You can hear in the synth and stuff, and he's playing right before he switched the major into dominant. Right? That's so cool. So different ways, different applications, you can use this principle basically, right? Anytime you have, possibly like the 6th degree on a minor key, right? Can use that just as a different color, just a variation. Whenever you have 2 major chords, maybe you have, let's say, C major, F major, right? See, I already just changed that 7 into the dominant, right? And so simple and so effective, right? Even if you do the flat too, the Neapolitan one. See? Just beautiful. Right? Just really cool. And you know, whenever you have a sequence of major chords, you can definitely switch for, you know, dominance, and it just like that here, right? Right? It's just so cool, so cool. So that's what I would love to share today with you guys. It's very, very simple and very subtle, but so effective. Just give this nice color, and it has to do with melody, again, with voice leading, hashtag voice leading. It has to do with that, like moving out the voices, horizontal, right? So I hope you enjoyed, right? And one more time, you know, give it a like on the video, share the video if you can, subscribe to the channel, activate the little bell. Don't forget to sign up for the mailing list, man. Then you're gonna get a lot of cool stuff that I'm putting out. There's just tons of great stuff coming up, so don't miss out, right? There's gonna be a lot of interesting things. So sign up the mailing list in the link. You can check out in the description a video of me playing James. If you wanna hear me play a little bit more, just go to the video. I recorded that playing. I'm doing all the subs. You know, I did some other stuff here as well. So there's all in there in the video, so you can check out more. And don't forget to, you know, just leave comments, guys. I'm really enjoying the feedback, you know, stuff that you want to hear me talk about, you know, questions. I would love to interact this way on YouTube comments, also on Instagram. All right. Thank you so much for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.